Have you ever wondered who truly rules the world? Not the presidents, not the tech moguls, those who live behind gold-gilded gates where cameras coo and enter and silence holds more power than armies. Think of billionaires. Elon Musk launches rockets into the stars. Jeff Bezos commands global commerce. But even they operate within systems, laws, stock markets, shareholder meetings. Now imagine a place beyond all that, where wealth isn't tracked, it's inherited, where decisions aren't voted on, they're whispered. Not in boardrooms, but in palaces. And every word moves markets, nations, and futures. Welcome to Saudi Arabia. It's not just a kingdom, an empire built on sand, oil, and secrets. 15,000 royals, 2,000 active power players, and over $1.4 trillion in assets quietly controlled by one single family, the House of Saud. Here, royalty isn't a title, it's a strategy. And at the heart of this vast machine, one name rises above the rest. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. To the West, he's known as MBS. To those inside the kingdom, he's the future. But behind that future stands a shadow, a man the world rarely sees, but never dares to forget. The reigning monarch, the anchor of a trillion-dollar order, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Since ascending the throne in 2015, King Salman has not merely ruled. He's engineered a dynasty. He commands not just a country, but the largest oil-fueled wealth engine on the planet. Forget Forbes lists. This isn't personal fortune. This is empire-level capital, and it moves quietly like desert wind. Because in this world, money is not for spending. It's for shaping reality. Every royal is a stakeholder. Every palace a command post. Every dollar strategic. Don't ask for influence. They assume it. From Riyadh's shimmering skyline to hidden estates on the French Riviera, the royal family's assets are not random. They're placed like chess pieces. Every move calculated. And the crown jewel, Saudi Aramco, a name the average person might overlook. But make no mistake, this is the most valuable company on earth. Once worth over $2 trillion, more than Apple, more than Amazon, more than Microsoft, because wherever there is oil, there is Saudi power. And at the root of it all, a monarchy that owns the land, the resources beneath it, and the revenue it produces. No other country, no other regime has ever achieved that. The world trades the Saudis own, and they operate with a kind of control that would terrify most democracies. You don't hear about meetings because the real decisions happen inside family councils. No minutes, no transcripts, just generations of royalty crafting global influence over dates and tea. And yet among the thousands of royal names, one continues to capture the world's attention. Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. Born in 1985, the favored son of King Salman and his noble third wife, from the powerful Al-Hathling tribe. He wasn't raised in mystery, he was raised in strategy. While other boys played with toy soldiers, MBS sat beside governors, diplomats, generals. By 30, he wasn't dreaming of power, he was using it. He moved like a CEO, rebranding the kingdom into what he calls Vision 2030, a plan to make Saudi Arabia more than just oil. More tech, more tourism, more control, but don't be fooled. This isn't Western reform. This is legacy engineering. He redefined what it means to be an Arab prince. It's not hiding in shadows, but walking red carpets. It's not trapped in tradition, but crafting his own. He shocked the royal line, jumping over uncles, reshaping ministries, and commanding the loyalty of a new generation. Some call him bold, some ruthless, but everyone agrees. He is unstoppable. And then there's his life. A lifestyle not of a billionaire, but of a sovereign investor. Imagine a chateau in France. It's not an antique, but a modern marvel. Inspired by Versailles, surrounded by a moat. A $300 million fortress with a 3,000-bottle wine cellar. It's an underwater lounge and a gold-leafed ballroom lit by a ceiling that mimics the night sky. This is not luxury. This is power expressed, or his yacht. Serene. A $500 million floating city. 2 helipads, multiple pools, a cinema, and even a submarine. It moves not with noise, but with presence. Then the cars, a Bugatti, Veyron, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Bentley Bentayga, not parked to impress, but used like tools. Each one an extension of his image, and this is where it becomes clear. MBS doesn't spend money. He signals with it. He doesn't chase attention. He designs myth. What Western billionaires flaunt, he curates in silence, because in his world, power doesn't shout, it whispers, and the world listens. But even a crown prince doesn't rise alone. Behind the bold vision of MBS stands a woman the world has barely seen, yet her influence reaches every corner of the royal chessboard. Queen Feda bin Hufflan. She does not appear on magazine covers. She has no public role, no televised speeches, and yet she is the architect of a legacy. Born into one of Arabia's most powerful tribes, she was raised not on fairy tales, but on discipline and loyalty. She trained her son not to be loved, but to lead. And today, while the cameras follow MBS, she remains behind the scenes, orchestrating alliances, advising in silence, protecting the bloodline from within. Her influence is invisible, yet undeniable. Her fashion never revealed, her jewelry never appraised, but her presence felt in every policy, every appearance, every decision. Because in this kingdom, the most powerful woman is the one the world doesn't see. And then there's the prince who redefined wealth. Prince Awali bin Talal, a man once nicknamed the Arabian Warren Buffett. While others bought castles, he bought companies. Apple, Twitter, Citigroup, even the George F. Hotel in Paris. He didn't just enjoy luxury. He invested in it, controlled it, made it profitable. But power, even at his level, isn't safe. In 2017, during NBS's sweeping anti-corruption purge, Prince Al-Wali was arrested, held in Riyadh's Carlton. The world gasped. A purge, or a strategic recalibration of power. Weeks later, he was released, his assets still intact, his company still his name still respected. What does that tell us? That power in Saudi Arabia is not about who speaks loudest. It's about who survives longest. And Ali's still on the board, just quieter now. But true wealth, true control doesn't need headlines, it hides in shadows. Like Prince Turki bin Salman, NBS's younger brother, won't find him giving interviews or shaking hands at summits because his domain is private wealth. He manages the House of Saud's most personal assets. From family estates to discreet billion-dollar deals, every contract signed in silence. Every portfolio diversified with military precision. He doesn't need to be known. He only needs to be trusted. While MBS moves nations, Prince Turki ensures the empire's financial veins remain untouched. And at the center of it all lies the sleeping dragon, Saudi Aramco. It's not just an oil company. It's the spine of the kingdom, the source of untouchable wealth. Every drop of oil, every barrel shipped, every contract signed feeds directly into the royal vault. Aramco isn't just valuable, it's strategic. It allows Saudi Arabia to build cities from nothing, to buy football teams in Europe, to fund global conferences, think tanks, and peace talks without blinking. Because this isn't business, it's leverage. And the monarchy owns it all. No investors, no oversight, just absolute control. This is why world leaders never ignore a call from Riyadh, because beneath every handshake lies oil, and beneath that influence carved in stone. You've walked with us through castles made of pearl, yachts that dwarf mansions, names that don't appear on screens yet pull the strings behind them. But now we enter the final layer, the layer no one dares speak of publicly. Power as a language, because in the House of Saud, power does not scream, moves through silence, through Italian leather shoes. No. Through untraceable jets and dinner conversations that shape global diplomacy. While the world focuses on headlines, Saudi royals are underwriting global futures. From climate talks to military coalitions, from Wall Street partnerships to tech investments in Silicon Valley. They don't attend, they sponsor. They don't react, they position. They don't rule loudly, they orchestrate in silence. So now ask yourself, what kind of power is this? The kind that doesn't need applause. The kind that doesn't crave attention. The kind that simply exists, immovable, unshakable, unseen. From King Salman, the anchor of old power, to MBS, the architect of the new future, to Queen Fahd, the invisible strategist, to Prince Turki, the silent financier, to Prince Ali, the prince who bet on tomorrow. Together, they are not just a family. They are a system, an operating structure, cloaked in royalty. Moving billions without notice, reshaping continents without a single press release. And you stayed until the end, which means you already sense it. This world, the one behind the veil, is not ruled by thrones or titles. It's ruled by those who understand how to control the room without ever stepping into it. So next time you hear the words billionaire life, ask yourself, do you mean luxury or do you mean legacy? Do you mean wealth or do you mean power? Because what you've just seen is not a lifestyle. It's a blueprint for ruling the world in silence. I'll tap the next story because the secrets of royalty don't end here. And I'll be waiting for you just beyond the next Golden Gate. Thanks for watching.